Alright, folks, we are live, broadcasting live. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing out there? Let me get all my technical pieces up here. And right away, I can't see the comments. Oh, yeah, first of all, I gotta cut that down. Get the chat going. Welcome to tonight's show. If somebody can give me a audio and video check, let me know that you can hear us and see us, and we'll take it from there. Make sure old single dad has pushed all the right buttons, which is a small miracle.
I cannot see my face.
Oh, just a minute, I'm trying to get all the damn buttons pushed here.
I need to cooperate.
Baby,
I need to cooperate.
we're trying to talk about a serious topic here. Okay, Not Dead Yet Adventures. Jeff checking in. You're early.
Tomorrow it's Apple Market.
Hey Jim, how you doing, my friend? Okay, Andy H, how you doing? Give us how's the audio? How's the video? Just let us know that you can see us and hear us okay, and then we'll get this show kicked off. Actually, 3 minutes till the scheduled programming begins. Okay, wood for turning says working good. 5x5. Hey Irma.
Hi, hello.
And we're 10-4.
Good morning. I just see because we're the Apple Market tomorrow.
Okay,
I need to make money. For the Apple Market.
when I tell everybody that this one doesn't want to cooperate with my filming activities. All right, hey JXX up in the house. Andy H, we got Pennsylvania
hello,
on board.
Who's that?
You got Todd checking in from Angeles. Mr. G, how you doing? Yeah, she's probably tore that knife up already. Let's see. Mace, how are you? Yeah, man, I'm 5'4" on a good day. Anyhow, this one right here, she doesn't really like to participate in my filming activities. She only does it because of Oppo Market on Fridays.
Yeah, tomorrow na yan.
So tomorrow is Oppo Market. So as it gets closer to Friday, she gets better. Like on Wednesday, but maybe Tuesday night, she starts acting nice. Wednesday, she's acting nice. Thursday, she's real nice. And of course, Friday, they get up early, clean the house, they field day the house. So nice, you know.
Yes, Apple Market is even the less. Because
they want to go shopping.
3 weeks na 3 weeks na I'm not go there. 3 times na I'm not go there.
Anyhow, so this topic, if you're just joining us, about 1 minute till scheduled showtime. We're just going to have an informal discussion about why, use the word foreigners. What does that mean? I don't even know what foreigners mean, right? Why do people from one country move and retire in another country where they can't own land? Where there are other countries around the globe where you can own land in your own name. And that's what we're going to discuss here tonight. And I'll just throw some
I'm not hyper. I just
I'll throw some caveats out there. Let me get to the disclaimers. Okay, I'm not an attorney. I'm not here giving legal advice. I'm not an expert on each country's property laws.
Hello.
Okay. This is just designed to invoke thought, especially if you're doing research on your retirement. I'm just putting things out there to think about that maybe you haven't thought about. Okay, so let's get that up front. So everybody jumps in. I put some less than 100% accurate information out there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just here to invoke thought and say, why do we move to countries where we can't put land in our own name when there are countries out there where we can? That's the topic of tonight's discussion. Big long-winded discussion. My co-star here is my old lady, Fatima. She's got the uniform top on. This is the spaghetti top from Walmart's. It's the uniform top, but she still won't put on the cheetah pants. So she's half, 50% in uniform. Not even 50%, because I told her to put her hair down.
Nope.
She don't put her hair down. This is the best you get. I got kids peeking through the window here. They're supposed to be in the playroom. So hey, welcome to real life. This is a live stream. They call it IRL streams now, in real life. This is in real life. Okay. So go to the comments here, see who's checking in. Chris B. Let's see.
Hello, Angie.
Hey, Angie, how are you? Robert
Good
M.
morning, Maximo.
Maximus checking in from Chicago.
Fatima always, is it?
Robert M. from Virginia.
Fatima always be nice to Marcos. I'm nice to him. He's not the one not nice to me.
Hey, Trina, how are you? Northern Marianas
Fatima
Island,
is wet today.
Saipan.
No, I'm not wet. I just being cooperative today because tomorrow is up work.
All right, Biggie's support group. And folks, we're broadcasting live from the Dirty Kitchen. It's about 10:17, is that right? Yes, 10:17 in the morning. It's already starting to get hot here today.
Hello, Gracino.
Let's see, Robert M. says, marry a woman you trust or get a condo. And Kevin F. from Toronto, Paul Twist, Gulf Bay, Florida, Graciano, John Mann, thank y'all for checking in. So let's just get into it. I'll tell you how this started. I was actually looking at something totally off topic this morning, and it was about Trump banning the Chinese ownership of Texas farmland. So I was in a more serious sort of mini research mode. And well, actually, there's a couple good videos I'll play about that. And it's just talking about, you know, the Chinese and how much farmland they own and the locations, you know, near military facilities in the U.S. And this dude on the video brought up a good point. He said, an American can't own 1 square inch of land in China, but the Chinese can own as many square miles of land as they so desire in the United States. And from the Chinese standpoint, the CCP's standpoint, they're at war with the U.S. So how does that make sense? And so I'm going down that rabbit hole, and I'm like, well, on a lower level, when you take it down to a lower level, why do we, as in the U.S., we allow pretty much anybody to come buy land, but it's not reciprocal in their country? So that's how I got started out. I said, let's simplify it down to say, try to cut most of the legality out of it and just say, why does it make sense if you're going to retire or you're going to move abroad as an expat to single in all your efforts on a particular country, for example, where you cannot be a landowner, when there are other places out there that you can. Okay, and so I figured I'd get her involved in here because everybody's going to come out of the woodwork and say, just put it in your wife's name.
Yes.
Put it in.
Why not?
That's what I hope to answer during this live stream. Okay, so folks, I think on a global sense, currently sitting in the Philippines, so a lot of references will be to the Philippines. So why do people come over here? They work 30 years of their life. They've saved up a couple $100,000, $100,000, whatever they've saved up. It took them 30 years to do it. Now, if you're rich, I'm not talking to you. Okay, but the dude who's hustled for 30 years, he's got $100,000, he's got $150,000 in savings, 200. Comes over and then drops a big portion or all of that into dirt that he cannot own in his name. Okay, so let's just assume.
Yes, put the in the kid's name if you don't want to put.
Okay, well, we'll go down that rabbit hole as well. But let's just start out with the guys who come over here and fall in love with a girl, or you're married. But a lot of guys will fall in love with a girl. They're not married. Let's live this fantasy. Go out into your province, fire up a pig farm, buy some land and live happily ever after. Now, if you've only got 100,000 in reserve and you spend that money on that dirt that you don't own, and it wipes out your cash reserves, what are you going to do if something goes wrong? Okay, so old lady right here, I'm just going to ask her a series of questions, right? We'll talk about this. So baby, say we go down and we buy a big old piece of land in your village, near your village, right?
Oh.
Okay, now I can't put it in my name, so I'm going to put it in your name. Would that make you happy?
Yeah. I will say to you, thank you so much, very much.
Be real happy,
I'm
right?
coming again. Well, thank you so much, very much.
You'd be happy, right? So you would be a land baron, as we say. Okay, you're the local Filipino land baron, and I would be $100,000 poorer. So all my cash, all my power, all my savings that I saved for 30 years working in a factory would now be in a piece of land in your name.
Oh,
How would you feel about that?
that's good, very much.
Feels good, right?
Oh,
Feels real good.
oh, then I will put the bahay kubo.
Now we're gonna build a house. We're gonna build a house.
Where?
I got two. Let's say I got 200. So I'll put 100 in the dirt. Now we're gonna put 100,000 in the house, right?
Buy a condo.
So I build this big house down there. Now you got a house and lot. You'll hear that saying a lot here.
House and lot.
House and lot.
House and lot.
House and lot. It's like a bird, like a parrot. House and lot. So now you got a house and lot, right? And my 200 that I saved for 30 years, doing everything I could do, scrape up that money, hustling, just grinding it out every day. Now it's all in your name.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
You'd be happy, right? Okay. Now here's where you run into problems if you're the foreigner. Now she ain't got no problems.
Oh,
She ain't got no problems. She got a house and lot. She's happy as could be. So what would happen if all of a sudden you and I started having marital problems? You know, say me and the bulldog showed up at the big house and you just couldn't forgive me this time, right? And we started having marital problems, and we're gonna part ways. Okay, me and the bulldog gonna live happily ever after. You're gonna go your way. Okay, you're gonna give me the keys to my house, right?
no!
But baby, wait now. You gotta be reasonable here. You
Are you kidding?
No, be reasonable. Be reasonable. You gotta be reasonable about this. Okay, listen. I worked for 30 years at the factory making widgets. Don't matter what a widget is. A widget's a product, a pen, this towel. I worked 30 years for that money. Okay, worked 30 years for that money, and I bought that land. I bought that house. We had to put it in your name just because of the laws, right? But that's my house. That's my land. And just because me and you don't get along, you know, I'm not giving you the house and the land, baby.
No way.
Me and the bulldog gonna move in that house. I just need to be
You
reasonable.
every day lagi tawa.
Okay, try.
You're going to live with your bulldog in the lado.
Yeah, the bulldog
Oh, I
likes.
will hunt you every day, kano. Huh?
The bulldog really likes the curtains that you put up. She really likes the curtains, but she's gonna change up the kitchen a bit. We just need the keys to the house.
Every day I will hunt you lagi.
Are you gonna give me the keys?
No, I'm not.
Oh, why not?
Oh, you're happy then. I'm not happy then. I see you every day in that land, and that's near in my parents' land. Oh my God.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna need you to do the first thing I'm gonna need you to do is tell all your family, probably like 50 of them, to pack up all their stuff and get off my land and out of our house. Because the bulldog's gonna listen, baby. The bulldog's gonna bring her family in there.
No,
Yeah, it's a live stream. It's violence.
the land in there is you're not going to buy that all.
No, just visualize. I bought the big house and all that land in front of your village. And so we need for Tai Tai and Grandma and everybody to move out of the big house, and me and the bulldog and all her family from wherever, from Leyte, they're gonna come over and move into the big house.
No, they're not stupid too.
Okay, so what? Hey,
Why you do example that they live that long time in there, then you just kick them. Ay, they hunt you.
okay, this is an IRL stream in real life. So, as soon as you can get all your people to move out and give me the keys, I'm gonna need you to go down to the municipal.
Oy, no way.
And put the
I will let you pay, oy. Oroy ka.
I'm gonna let you put the title of the land into the bulldog's name.
Nope.
And everybody's happy.
No, I will battle you.
But baby, that was my money. I worked 30 years for that money.
I will battle you. I'll let you pay too.
I mean, you care about me and my feelings enough that you would do that for me, right?
You not care my feelings too. Why should I care your feelings too? Uroy ka.
Okay, so if you did all that, if you would agree to do all that, then I wouldn't be scared to go build a house in your village. If you agreed to, if we break
I will
up,
go to Rafi Tulpo.
you give me the keys, sign over the deed to my new lady, and get your family out, I'd be happy. And we could live as neighbors.
Nope.
We could live as neighbors.
I will burn lagi. I will burn your I will burn the house.
If you need some rice, you just come over with the cup, and then the bulldog will let you scoop in the rice, and you'll be happy, right?
I will burn your house.
Okay. So, realistically, what would happen in that situation? Realistically.
Yeah, bulldog is not allowed in the bantayan.
Okay, realistically, what would happen? All right, boom, Derek's life events off the top ropes. Okay. Nope, I'll only get land in my kid's name. Okay. Now, for some reason, that always defaults back to the wrong background color, and then old single dad has to fix it before it disappears. I gotta put it back up there. Y'all bear with me. I gotta figure this out. Gotta figure out how to fix that background. So I'm just putting a real life scenario up there to say who really thinks that situation would happen like that. Things ain't
We need to do 50-50, son.
50-50.
Oh, we do 50-50.
Okay, how would we do 50-50?
We sell the house. We sell the land.
Okay, we would
After, if you benefit, I benefit too.
okay, so we would sell it.
Oh, we sell that land.
Okay, I think I got it straight now. Now can you see that? There we go, right
Then
there.
we do, not 50-50. More percent for me than, like, you have 40%.
Okay, so let me get serious here for a second. So that scenario that I just described is never gonna happen, and has never happened in the history of.
Dili no, uroy ko.
It's never happened in the history of Filipina and foreign guy relationships. She ain't giving the house back. Okay, it's not happening. She's not giving up the keys. She's not telling her family to move out. She's not signing the land back over, signing the land over to my
If you
new
keep me in
girlfriend.
there, we do 50-50. Oh no, 40 for you, 50 for me, because that's the name of.
That's only 90, baby.
Oh, no, I mean 60 for me. 60 for me, 40 for you. Okay lang. Because I have kids too, or 30 for you. I have 70.
Damn, my shit's down to 30%.
Because you're the one who cheat. I'm not the one who cheat. You're the one who cheat.
It doesn't matter who.
No.
It doesn't. It's just if we can't get along, it should be a 50-50 split.
No, that's not fair.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, I started out saying, sign it all to me. Then you said, no, we should split it 50-50, right?
No, not anymore. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. We have 2K, so of course.
So how much was my percentage now?
30 now.
I'm down to 30.
Yeah. Oh, because that's the name of my land. You embarrass me, you cheat me,
So
you cheating, oh my god.
Okay, so I'm down to 30, folks. Okay, now lies the problem, the real life problem. Okay, so we've come to an agreement. She's gonna pay me 30% of that money.
Yeah, until the house and the
sell
land.
the place.
Yeah.
Now look.
But don't you ever bring your bulldog in that land and stay in there? No, I will burn it.
Okay, babe, enough of the violence. I'm trying to talk real life.
I will tell you now.
Oh, this is real life. Okay, so she's agreed on 30%. Here lies two major problems. Okay, if you go to your girlfriend's province, way out somewhere, for example, her village, all right, and you build a foreign guy type house and you put it up for sale, probability is that thing's going to be up for sale for the next 30 years because there are no buyers in her village. Okay, in her village there's mostly bahay kubo or wooden shacks. Do you think anybody in that village or anywhere near that village has the money to buy that place from you? And the answer is no. Do they have the power to go out and get a loan and buy that place from you? Absolutely not. If I built a bahay kubo for $1,000 and tried to sell it, there would be no buyers. So the only person that can buy that place is another foreigner. Okay? And unless they marry a girl from that village, why would anybody want to go out to her village and buy a $200,000 or $30,000, even $20,000 spread? It's not exactly a destination location. Okay, now if your old lady has land, or if you buy land in a nice place or around the city or tourist area, what have you, around other areas of people with money, whether it's locals or foreigners or a combination, okay, well maybe you might sell it. This little neighborhood we're in, if you built a house in this neighborhood, okay, you stand a good chance of being able to sell it and get your money. But problem number one, if we built a place down there next to her family, nobody has the money to buy it.
You're not going to build in there?
Nobody's going to buy it. Okay, they don't have the money. There's no market to buy it. Okay, so let's move forward and say, okay, we built a place in Angeles City in a nice neighborhood, and the place is sellable. Now you're still going to give me 30%, right? Yeah? Okay, we put the house up for sale, it sells, she gets that money into her account. If she gets that money right there in front of you. So baby, just imagine you got this is a big old stack of money right here. Just, making it rain, baby. Okay, so we're sitting there and you got that money and I hold out my hand and say, give me that 30%.
I will give you to you. Don't worry.
Oh, you don't have to.
No, I will give to you.
You sure?
Yeah.
You would actually give me the 30%? Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and start taking this money.
Don't bother each other.
I think there might be a little bit of bulla going on with that. Because the second that money hits her account, unless there's some way that it never gets to her account.
30%. Then I will count to how many cheat to me. How many?
What?
30. I'll give you the 30%. Then
Yeah.
I will think how many times you cheat to me? How many times? Then I will get 5,000 cheat.
No.
I will get 5,000.
No, I want my full 30%, baby. So if I invested 200,000,
Well, how many girls you bring in the house? How many? I will count that.
no, baby, I want my full 60,000 US dollars back.
30,
Maybe it's 30%.
30%. Then
Okay.
before I give the 30% to you, I will count first. Before you, how many you cheat? How many?
Now she's proving my point. Even if she agrees to pay me that 30%, you can't get blood from a turnip. So in my mind, I highly doubt
Something here.
that I would ever get 1 peso of that money back if we built a house down there and things didn't work out. Now when you get married to somebody, you're obviously in that honeymoon phase. You never want to think about what happens if we split up or get a divorce. You know, I don't want to say most people don't have some type of prenup. Would you agree or disagree with that, my viewers out there? Most people do not have some type of prenup unless you're rich. Us poor rednecks, we don't bother going out and getting a prenup. We don't like lawyers. We don't have money for lawyers. We don't like to pay lawyers. So most people, working class, we don't have prenups. We're not Hollywood superstars or Bill Gates types that we need prenups. So in the scenario of building this old lady a house and lot, this guy right here, old single dad, ain't never ever in the history, as long as I live, ever gonna see 1 peso of that money back. Because we started out, just give me the land, nope. I'll give you half, nope. Got down to 30%. And then she starts thinking about all the heinous things I've done, whittles it down. You're not gonna get nothing. Nothing, Jack. Nothing. You ain't getting shit. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't gonna give me nothing, right?
I'll give you 1,000 na lang.
So my $60,000 went down to 1,000 pesos, less than 20 US dollars. So somebody can do the math, but I invested 200,000, and she's gonna give me 20. So how many zeros is that? You left off a lot of zeros. I came in with 200, I left with 20. And it's like the old joke, you know, how do you leave Thailand with $10 million? Or how do you leave Thailand with $1 million? Well, you go there with 10 or 20, and you'd be lucky if you leave with 1. So I just run that scenario down, and then we'll go to the comments for a minute, that in this particular country, this is a country where foreigners technically cannot own land. There's ways around it. But if you're thinking about putting it in your wife or girlfriend's name, a millisecond before the ink is dry on that contract, you've already signed your money over and you're not getting it back. That's my opinion. That's my observation. Go get you a lawyer and pay him a bunch of money. You ain't getting no money out of her. Okay? Ain't nobody gonna buy that house in her village. Ain't no buyers. And the minute that we get sideways, we start yakking. I'm living close to her hometown. I'm pretty much persona non grata. Okay? I just suddenly ran out of friends. Just like that. Me and the bulldog ain't gonna be hanging out in Don Bantayan.
No,
Why, baby? I can't move my lady to your hometown and let's get along.
No.
We can't get along and coexist. Why not? It's not gonna work.
Nope.
I mean, we could go out on the weekends and barbecue. You know what I mean? We'll invite you to the wedding. I tell you what, great that we could have the wedding at the house that I built with my 200K that I worked for 30 years. Don't you feel sorry for the foreign guy? He worked for 30 years. I should get that money back. I should be able to live in that house.
You should not cheat.
That's my retirement house, baby. No. All right. So that's scenario one. Now let's go over to the comments. See what we can catch up on here, okay? Let's see how many folks are here. Let's see. How many folks we got online? Somebody put it up there because I can't see the actual YouTube screen. How many folks are here watching? All right, we got Jesus, JD, Roger. Let's see, John, Jan, Top James, Todd Evans. Todd says you can get yourself a carton of beer with a $20 bill, and that's if she gives me the 1,000 pesos. Would you really give me that $20? Would you really give me that 1,000?
Beer.
You would? Okay. Would you send me a little bit of money every month if I was up here? If I was homeless on the streets of Angeles, would you send me some money so I could buy some rice?
As long as no bulldog anymore.
Okay. Let's see. Tron 6, don't buy or build nothing. Simple and safe rule. And that's always been my advice, folks. You come here to Southeast Asia, you rent. Rent is your friend. And if you are bound and determined to not follow that advice, at least follow the advice of rent. You rent for 1 year at least. That allows you to see, okay, A, do you like the area, the city, or even if you like the country as a whole. It just allows you the freedom. You come here with 2 suitcases, the 2 suitcase rule. You rent for 1 month at a time, bebop around, spend a year in that country, wherever you land, renting. And if you're so in love with it after 1 year, okay, you know what? I can't tell you how to spend your money. But at least rent for 1 year, because you might find out, I don't like living as an expat, I don't like this place, I'm going home. You pick up your 2 suitcases, you can leave anytime you want. Okay, you go building a house or buying a house down in her village, that anchor ain't coming up out of the ground. If you truly have to go home because of a health problem or something like that, your retirement and your nest egg ain't coming with you. You going back $200,000 broker, poorer, whatever the adjective, the descriptor is going to be. Okay? So, alright, let's go back up here and let's see if there's any comments here on the subject. Let's see, a house and lot done by time should not be that much, maybe 30 to 40, all paid for. Yeah, folks, you can buy something, you can put it in her name or what have you. 20, 30K, something like that. If you do, and you look at it as if it's monopoly money, it's throwaway money, it's play money, there's nothing wrong with that. So for example, talk numbers. You got 200 in the bank or invested or what have you, and you say, I'm going to break off 20K and buy a place. I don't think anybody has a problem with that. You break it off, you write it off, and if something breaks bad or goes bad, you leave up out of there, with 180 still in the bank. You'll be fine, you'll recover. But what you see a lot of is dudes coming over here with 100K and they're investing 100K. Now when things go wrong, they're just devastated. They're just absolutely wiped out. So if you got what percentage, we've talked about this many times before on videos about what percentage is play money, is monopoly money. Is it 10%? So if you come with 100K, say, hey, I'm going to buy a place or a little piece of land for 10K, put a Baha'i Kubo on it. I still got 90K invested or in the bank, so if something happens, give that Baha'i Kubo to that stripper you met on the pole. Big deal. But if you go all in with 100K, you're devastated. Now you're back, doing the door greeter at Walmart. Okay, so the point of the video, let's get back on topic. What are some other options? Now here in the PI, again, I'm not here giving out real estate advice, but I pulled up this article here. If I can get it pulled up. I don't know if I can get it pulled up the way I got this set up. Yeah. It's from some attorney's office. And it talks about, okay, you know, foreigners can't buy land. What does it say? You can buy a condo if the building is what, 40%, up to 40% can be foreign ownership. And it said something, and I have no idea about this, but it said something about if you get it willed to you from a Filipino citizen. Now, I've never heard of that. I don't know nothing about that. But I don't think in the history of history has any local willed a foreign guy a bunch of land or property. I don't know what they're talking about. But back to the condo. So you buy a condo, in your name. Okay. That's pretty safe, right? It's in your name. You want to roll out, you can sell it. Now there's some, at least I can only speak from Thailand, right? It's easy to take your money into certain countries. Like, I just make a blanket statement. It's easier to bring your money from your home country into a country in Southeast Asia, but if you try to take it the other way, there's hoops to jump through. Okay? So yes, you can buy a condo, it's in your name. Obviously, that's a lot safer. So, baby, okay, got some bad news. We're not gonna buy some land, put it in your name, and build a house down in your village. Old single dad's gonna buy a condo. I'm gonna put it in my name. How do you feel about that? Is that better? Does that make you happy?
But we have agreed. Do 50-50.
Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. So what the agreement is, if we split up, I'm gonna sell the condo and split 50-50 with you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, but wait a minute, baby. Okay, we started out on the house and lot deal at 50-50, then you took it down to 30, then you took it down to 1,000 pesos. But if I buy the condo, I have to pay you 50%?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like 50%. I worked 30 years making widgets in a factory, and I don't want to give you any of that money.
But we have kids.
I want to, you know, I want to bring the bulldog in and her family and live happily ever after. Why should I have to give you 50% of my retirement money? How about 30%?
40%.
I say 30.
40.
And then, okay, I agree to 40, but I'm going to pay you once the deal is done, the money's transferred to the U.S., and once my flight lands in Denver,
No.
I'm going to send you that money.
Nope.
Okay?
No, I know you don't send that.
I'm going to send you that $20, baby. I'm going to send you that 1,000 pesos that you agreed to give me back for my retirement. That's fair.
That's not fair.
You see where I'm coming from, folks. Now look, some of y'all are going to argue, hey, you get a divorce or have a kid with a girl in America. Yeah, she's going to get all your money, half your pension, the house, the good towels, the dogs, all the cars. Yeah. But the point is, and the point of the video, let's get back on focus, there's many more places to retire than Southeast Asia or the Philippines. You know, some people here say I'm an influencer, and a lot of people have said, hey man, I'm here in the Philippines because of you, my life is wonderful. I don't know if I've had anybody come to me and say, hey man, I moved here because of you, I married a girl, she took all my money. I don't think I've heard that story yet. Most people say, hey man, you changed my life, it's just wonderful living here. But in the same sense, you have to bring up and invoke thought that there are other places to retire. Okay, this is not the only place that you can come retire and find a new girlfriend or a new wife and live happily ever after. There's plenty of other places to go around the globe, and some of them allow you to own land in your own name. Now, I just said rent, because you can always go back to your home country. But if you fall in love with a place and say, no, this is where I'm going to put down roots and where I'm going to, spend my last years and die, okay, maybe you want to buy some land. You want to build you a little homestead, whatever you got going on. In my experience years ago, when we were sort of focused on going, we were in Guatemala, and that's where we fell in love with Guatemala. We were going to stay there. We were out looking at land. Okay, now I'm not sitting here, I'm not a real estate attorney, I don't know the current events going on, but you could buy land in Guatemala in your own name as a foreigner, at least as an American. Why didn't I? And I wish I would have, but I found a place that was right on the beach. It was right at $100 grand, little beachfront lot in this little small town, and everything aligned except for, okay, they got some restrictions where foreigners can't own land within a certain distance from their borders, which includes the coastline. So had that stipulation and that sort of muddying the waters up, I would have bought that place. I wish I could have. And then, of course, I'm sitting there kicking myself for not buying something over in Antigua. But I have found a little lot. Everything was just, man, would have worked out, but that one stipulation. So you'll find these countries that you can buy land in your own name, with a few stipulations. And so I just bring that up, food for thought. Okay, if you're thinking about coming here, but you've got 2 or 3, 4 or 5 other countries on your short list of where you might want to retire, we'll factor that shit in. Can I own land there? Put a check yes or no, and start thinking about that. If at some point you say, I want to stay here, I want to build me a little homestead, and I don't want to put it in my wife's name or my girlfriend's name or go the corporation route, it's something to think about. And that was the point of today's video. All right, but you come here and buy your old lady house and lot, that's the end of your money. That's the end of your options. You're out of options. You're not going to get that money back. You're not going to get that money back. She's not going to move out. You're not going to live happily ever after. Me and the bulldog ain't going to live happily ever after in her hometown in a house that's in her name. All right. So then some of the other comments, some of the other options are what? Okay, you lease it for 50 years with an option to renew. You put it into your kids' names. Obviously, if I had to break down and buy something here, sorry, baby, but it ain't going in your name. It's going in the kids' names.
I know that too. My gosh, I'm not going after your money.
Then you want to get more legality. What if I die and she's the guardian of the children? Who the hell knows? All right. Isn't it much more simple to own the land in your name so you have control of your retirement money that you worked 30 years for?
You don't like that. You make your happy wife.
Well, people, they're blinded by beauty, and when they leave the U.S., they're too trusting.
Hello.
And the things that they would never do in America, they'll do over here in Southeast Asia. So, like, if you go to a strip club in LA and meet some girl on a pole, 2 or 3 weeks later, are you gonna put all of your retirement money into a piece of land in a a stripper named whatever, Patience or Sunshine or Cinnamon or some shit like that? You're gonna put that in her name after knowing the girl for 3 weeks? I don't think so, but people do it over here. So again, isn't it much easier just to buy something? It's in your name. Now your personal life, whether it's up, down, anywhere in between, non-existent, you're not depending on other people
I'm not
in the
saying.
chain of your retirement money that you've saved.
I'm just listening what Marco said.
Okay, so Raphael says, don't forget that Tonyo wants his cut too. Yeah. Top James working on a SSRV, or is it SRRV? I can't remember. Visa after 10 years. Okay, tell me why you wouldn't return to America. Never say never. Never say never. Who knows? You want to move to America, baby? No? Too far from the Lichon bad boy. Boom! Michael Merrill off the top ropes. Thank you very much, my friend. 30-year Pasolo mortgage contract is the way to go. Okay. So, what was funny, I was looking, and it was talking about countries where you can buy land, and it had Taiwan on there. And it was talking about the property market, prices are high, blah blah blah. They failed to mention, oh hey, yeah, you come over here and buy a nice house and a lot, in 2 or 3 years this place is getting invaded by the CCP. They failed to leave that out of the marketing literature. So
I cannot see the comment.
baby, you're messing up my sound engineering here.
I cannot see the comment.
It's right here. You can't see this right here?
This one, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, Top James, spend 20% of your savings on building a house, and I agree. Okay, I would say 10%, yeah, 20%, because if you take a hit of 20%, if somebody stole 20% of your money today, or you went to the casino and lost 20% of your money, as long as you don't repeat the mistake, you're going to recover. You're going to recover losing 20%. You don't recover when you lose 100%. All right? And again, so many people do that. 20%. So, okay, I'll say 20%. For me, 10% would be throwaway monopoly money. 20% would be a little bit more, invested, whatever the word is, into the project. But yeah, let's cap it. No more than 20% of your money should be invested in a country where you can't own the damn land or the property. 20% maximum. Boom, Graciano. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take Maria, Forrest G, and Fatima for shrimp and McDo. Okay, well, I saw them tiger prawns the other day look real good. And thank you very much, my friend. We started to get some of those tiger prawns. They look real nice. Over there at the market?
Well,
Maybe I can get some tiger prawns. Yeah, Chief says rent. Renting is your friend. Even if you move to a country where you can own land, move there, rent for a year, because you're not going to know where you want to settle. You don't know the market. You don't know the area. You got to rent for that first year. And if you're in a place where you can put it in your name, all right, well, maybe it's a little bit safer to pull the trigger on that. Instead of putting it in her name and then getting back, what was it, baby? You're going to give me $20 out of $200,000? Man, that's a bargain.
30, then I get the, how many times you cheat me, how many times you bring them.
Okay, well, if I sell the condo, I'll just add up how many times you yak and, bad mood. It'll come down.
I love you na lang eh. Love you. Mama, chup chup.
Jeez, what is wrong with this woman? It'll come down to you owe me more money. That's what it'll come down
But you
to.
yak me first before I yak
Boom!
you.
Catchy handle off the top ropes. Never create an incentive for others or their family to improve their life by you being separated from your assets. Cash flow that depends on you being alive and in control of the bank keeps them honest. Man, I agree with you 100%. The reason that I'm going to live longer than most people is because I ain't got no insurance policy.
You have insurance eh?
The fact that I don't have an insurance policy is my life insurance policy. So it's in her best interest to keep this old dog alive for as long as she can possibly keep my ass alive. Okay? But if you have a big ass pension and life
Uy, I'm not
insurance,
that devil ka no itala ka.
that's when Filipino starts putting bleach in the coffee pot, like that Filipino in America. Putting
I'm
bleach
not
in the
doing that,
coffee
no.
pot.
Uy, Wala ka de.
You know why you're not doing it? Because if something
You think that I'm...
something happens to me right now, you'll be over at the market chopping fish.
Uy, Lord.
That's the best life insurance policy that you can have if you want to live long. You know, I mean, folks, over in Thailand, you know, more foreigners take the patio, they call it a patio plunge, you know, falling off the 20th floor balcony, and their grieving wife meets them down below in tears. Anyhow, all right, we'll go back to the comments. All right, so yeah, put the land in the kids' names and then build on the land. If I had to do it, that's the way I would do it. And the way I would do it to tie it up is I would put it in both of my kids' names. How would I do it? I would put it in both of my kids' names, not just one, because if I put it in Forrest G's name and I die, then she's in control. I would put it in both of their names, and then I would go ahead and lease it from the kids to tie it up even further. What you want to do is muddy that up so much that the old lady or her family or combination can't go down there and borrow money against it, right? That's a problem too. Because what happens a lot is when you put the property in your old lady's name, I'm not saying you, baby, but I'm saying it's happened many times, is that they will go borrow money on the title that you don't know about. That's a very dangerous thing, and next thing you know, you end up losing it to the loan shark or whatever they've done. So how would I do it? I'd put it in both their names, lease it from them, muddy it up, tie it up as much as possible where they can't borrow money against it. Because if they borrow money, you take a dirt nap, they're never going to be able to pay that money back. They lose it to the loan shark anyhow. So your 30 years of slaving away in that factory basically got gone because they borrowed $20,000 against it and never paid it back. Can't pay it back. Okay, let's go. DJ Joe, I moved from Texas and retired in the PI in 2019, so I can build fully paid off now a house for my family and I on her land and be geographically close to family in Guam, where I'm originally from. All right, thanks for the comment, and I'm glad everything's working out for you. But to be, just straight about it, what's the contingency plan if you and the old lady get sideways and it leans towards separation or divorce? And folks, as long as you continue to live happily ever after with your lady, okay, live out your dream. That's what everybody's dream is, right? We don't go into a relationship or a marriage, thinking that it's going to end in some type of nasty divorce. But I'm a realist. I've been married 3, 4, 5 times. I don't even remember. So did I go into any of those relationships or any relationship with the thought that this shit's going to end the way it did? We don't think like that. But once you've been down that road 3, 4, or 5 times, I don't know, I could still be married to that hooker in Las Vegas. I'm not real sure. But you have to be a realist and start thinking like that, right? If you don't learn from your mistakes, what's my son say? He says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That makes sense? So anyhow, if everything works out, that's fine, wonderful. You lived out your dream. But the question is, what's your plan? What's your contingency plan if things don't work out? And that's where people find themselves in a little bit of a pickle. If I give you my $200K Just give me them keys, baby. Let me and Bulldog live happily ever after in my house.
Give you money. I will not let you leave that in there with the bulldog.
I'm not gonna live in her village. I'm not gonna live in her hometown. Once we get sideways, I'm persona non grata. If there's money involved, it's not really safe for you to be down there, because just like my good friend said, you give them an incentive. That's when you start taking the plunge. Are there any tall buildings in Dunbantayan? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, where?
Awara.
No, there's no tall buildings. So if I take a hitter off the second floor of some, anyhow. All right, did I see something? Boom! Uriah the Hittite. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. And folks, if I miss a super chat, this little screen that we're looking at, it doesn't show as prominently as it does on the YouTube. So if I miss something, somebody call it out, or I make sure I say thank you.
Is it? Actually, use the stuff and use it.
Okay. Hey, Doc M. We got Dubai checking in. Baha'i Kubo in the yard is the contingency for me. So, all right, well, let me ask you that. Okay, look. If I spend all my money on this house and lot, and we end up getting a divorce, I'll let you stay in the house, but me and the Bulldog are going to put a Baha'i Kubo out back.
I know, how many
And we'll
times
put a
I
fence
told
around
you,
it.
I don't want to see your face, I don't want to see the face of Bulldog.
But you don't have to pay me the 30%.
No,
just
as long I don't want to see
just break
you
me
and
off a
Bulldog.
corner of the
Nope,
property.
nope.
I'll
Just
put a
go.
Baha'i Kubo, and I'm going to run a water line. I'll pay my own water bill, my own electric bill.
No.
We'll just live in the corner of the property, baby, and we won't bother you. Maybe eventually we could
You
all
don't
be
bother
friends.
me, I will bother you every day.
But you don't have to pay me the money.
Nope.
Just let me live on my property. That's my money. I worked 30 years in the factory for that money. Have a heart, baby. Corazón. ¿Dónde está el corazón? It ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. You'll probably be living in a Baha'i Kubo for sure, because you'll be out of money. But I'm not gonna be living on my property in that Baha'i Kubo. I'll be somewhere else in a Baha'i Kubo, because that's all I got money for. Okay. Let's see. Y'all talking about some type of agreement I don't know nothing about. All right, True Serum says building or purchasing a home anywhere in the world is a business proposition that needs to be thought through very carefully. All right, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. But you know, beauty and love blinds us, and we do things without thinking, and we just think we're going to live happily ever after, and a lot of folks find out that's not the case. The flip side of the coin is, you know what, life is short. Life is short. Everything's a risk. You engage in a relationship with a girl from America, she's going to get the house. What's the difference here, right? I guess the difference is there you have some rights. You can get a lawyer. You might get some percentages. In my opinion here is that it's throwaway money. You lost every penny. Don't ever think you're going to get a peso back. Not one penny back. Nothing. Nada.
Yeah, we'll give you it.
Where in America, you might get your dog or a toolbox or something in the agreement. Here, you ain't getting nothing.
I mean, I will give you it, but don't worry.
Yeah, you said you give me $20.
Saying you said nothing, so at least I give you $20.
Okay, hey Kathy. I think Maria can benefit more living in the States because she is very intelligent. Thank you very much for the comment. It's one of those things every day. Every day, are we doing the right thing by being here and not moving to the States? Every day. Just something that's continually evaluated. Okay, Jeff says, show Fatima your PayPal message that I sent you when possible. All right, man, I'll get in there in just a second, see if I can check it out. Okay, now what was the other aspect I was going to talk about? Yeah, just the point of just don't pigeonhole yourself into thinking that the Philippines is the only place that's for you, or Thailand, or anywhere else. You know, just because two other guys that you know came over to the Philippines or what have you, folks, there's other options out there. And so don't just start researching the one option. Like anything, like any job or any car you're going to buy, you're not just going to pigeonhole into one thing and go all in without looking at other options. You know, whether it be Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, there's other options out there other than coming to the PI. And so I wanted to just open up the debate because I don't want people thinking that I'm just pushing 100%. This is the place for everybody. Okay, does that make sense? Marco, last time that you got your money back was when you spent Fatima's coin collection. Great video. Yeah, it was a great time doing that. Yeah, I got some money back. Clipped you for all. I mean, it was my money. She was taking my change, going to the market, and basically hoarding the coins and the change. It was my money to begin with. But when she yacked me, I had to put a tax on her. Went and spent all her hard-earned money. What was it? It's not extortion. Embezzling. She was embezzling money that I gave her to go to the market and buy a vegetable. She was embezzling the change for personal gain. I recovered the embezzled funds in the form of 1 peso, 5 peso, 10 peso coins. I took them to the bar and partied like a rock star. Thank you very much again, baby. Boom! California Swede coming off the top ropes. Jolly B for Fatima. She's a great mom and cleaner of the homestead. You are a pretty good cleaner, baby. Under my expert tutelage and advice and motivation. But yeah, they get up every morning. Maria sweeps, she mops every day. This whole house is swept and mopped. I insist. I like to look at them floors and look at them and see them shining. So I'm gonna
feel in love there.
Yeah, baby. I love you.
So you're,
Yep.
so you're
Oh, yep. I love you. Okay, I'm gonna change the subject for a second, and I guess just talk about another element. And this is just a short video about Trump banning Chinese ownership of Texas farmland. See if I can get this thing pulled up here. And it sort of plays in. I mean, what do you think about just the one topic of the fact that, you know, if you're from America, pretty much anybody can come to America and buy land in the United States. But that aspect is not reciprocal in a lot of the countries that, you know, a lot of us gringos live in, we do business with. It's not reciprocal. So what's your opinion on that? Should people be allowed to come to the United States and buy land even though we can't go to their country and buy land? What's your opinion on that? Now look, you can sit there and argue and say, well, that country allows us to visit without a big hassle. Getting a visa in the United States is damn near impossible to get a tourist visa for most countries. Yeah. It's one of those, what's good for the goose, good for the gander, tit for tat. But on the land ownership issue, what's your opinion? If I can't buy land in your country, should you be able to come buy land in my country? So I'm going to take a break here. We'll just watch, not a break, but we'll just watch a clip of this video here. It's talking about Chinese ownership of Texas farmland. So let me see if old single dad can get it pulled up. Yeah, there's a tractor right there. And then we're in the corner. You get it. Let's go.
For years,
Can you
companies
hear?
associated
Can
with the
I?
Chinese Communist Party have been scooping up farmland all over the United States, the vast majority in just 5: Florida, North Carolina, Missouri, Texas, and Utah.
Okay, so I went too far. I want to pull up that map there. And look at different stats about where they're buying land or where they own land. And I think it's like right at, was it 400,000? Is it 400,000 acres? I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the stats. But when I saw this map, according to this particular news source, that's the locations where they own most of the farmland. I don't know. I don't know if you want to read too much into that or if that's just the way they created the map. But like if you draw, I'm going to go down a conspiracy theory here. You draw concentric circles, it pretty much, the locations are like centrally located, you know. Great place to launch drones. Anyhow, let's move forward here.
Utah.
We talked about stopping entities from buying land in this state. One of the bills that we passed and signed into law actually also requires the divestiture of land that is owned by these foreign adversarial entities, and that is happening in our state as well.
Utah's Governor Spencer Cox just announcing a sale of land near the Provo airport was just blocked from the company Cirrus Aircraft, majority owned by the Aviation Industry Corporation of China, which makes helicopters, fighter planes, and drones.
Okay, so what do they make? They make drones. You know, keep hearing me talk about drones, but in any of these upcoming conflicts, the drones, there's going to be a drone war. The drones are the problem. Not to get off topic here. All right, I'll go to a couple comments and we'll finish this little short clip. Okay, you're still talking about citizenship. Okay, in farmland. All right, let's finish it out here.
Proposed investment in Utah was millions of dollars and hundreds of jobs, and I don't care. We are not for sale.
Experts say it's a sign of a more emboldened China that continues to try to infiltrate the U.S. system by any means necessary.
No American can own a square inch of land in China. So why do we allow the Chinese to own square miles of land in our country?
China.
Okay, so that was the clip where I got that from. The Chinese can come to the United States and buy pretty much whatever they want. Now there's some states that have enacted laws against it. But how do we allow that when I can't go to China and buy 1 square inch of land? Not that I would want to, but I don't have that option. But they can come over and buy land, I don't want to say freely, but you know, it's just the states, the individual states have put up those restrictions. So that's what this article or this video is talking about.
These land purchases in the past have also been near military installations, with concerns raised about spying and access to our troops. The Trump administration recently announcing a new National Farm Security Action Plan.
As someone who's charged with leading the Defense Department, I want to know who owns the land around our bases and strategic bases, and getting an understanding of why foreign entities, foreign companies, foreign individuals might be buying up land around those bases.
Right now, 26 states have laws restricting foreign ownership or investments in U.S. farmland. Even though less than 1% is owned by adversaries, the next step for the White House is working to claw back what has already been purchased, all in the name of national security.
Okay, folks, so a little quick news clip and some politics interjected into the show. What do you think, babe? You think
kasabot sa inyo, oy.
you think China should be able to go to America and buy farmland?
Buto ninyo, oy.
Huh?
I don't know.
You just still trying to figure out how to get me to build a house and lot down there in the village. Okay, so that's the question there. You know, if we can't buy land in country X, then why should the citizens of country X be able to buy land in our country? Shouldn't that element be reciprocal? Okay, still, everybody's still talking about dual citizenship and all that good stuff. And folks, that's something I don't know much about. I don't know much about the dual citizenship stuff. I think what all that stuff boils down to is which country do you really care about. If you're a dual citizen, whichever country is more important to you, that's the rules you follow, and the other one you don't give a shit about. You gotta pick a left or right. You can't go down the middle of the road. You gotta pick left or right. If I'm a citizen of this country and I'm a citizen of this country, which one is more important to me? That's the one I gotta be worried about their rules. The other one, who gives a shit? Because if that's not the one that's important, I mean, why does it make sense, right? You got to pick a side. That's the way I look at it. Okay, no adversaries should buy land here. I agree with that. I mean, from the CCP's standpoint, they're at war with the United States. Why the hell do we let them come over there and buy land? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, a foreigner can own land in the Philippines from inheritance from a Filipino spouse, but the foreigner has to sell the land eventually to a Filipino in a reasonable time. All right, thank you, Uriah. Now that's what I read on the lawyer's website. They didn't say anything about having to sell the land. It just said that a foreigner can inherit land from a Filipino citizen. But what you're saying is that they have to sell it at some point. And I don't know anybody, personally, I don't know any gringo that's inherited land from a local, anywhere. I'm not just talking about here. I'm talking about anywhere in Southeast Asia, Central America. So baby, if I built you a house and lot, we'd have to get a will that says if you got sick and passed away, then it would go to me.
Go to the kids.
Huh?
Go to the kids.
No, it needs to come to me.
No, go to the kids.
Baby, I'm starting to detect some type of lack of...
Hello, you need to go because you're getting old. I'm getting old. The kid is still young. If you go die, I get die. Where's the go to the kids.
I know, baby, but you know, I love you so much that if you passed away, there's no way I could live in your village. I would be emotionally just traumatized. I would want to sell that place and move somewhere else where your memory wasn't around me all the time.
Kaburit mo, atika ko. Before, after, when I die, like, and second, and next day, you have already bulldog.
Well, obviously, I'm going to move to her village, you know, to start my new life.
So, I will give that to the kids.
Hey, Captain Ron. Everybody asks about where's Captain Ron. There he is, folks. How you doing, my friend?
Mindset ba? Mindset.
Okay, so everybody's still debating over the dual citizen stuff. Again, I don't know anything about that. I just know at some point, if the laws of those two countries conflict, if one country says you got to do this because you're a dual citizen and it conflicts with the other rules of the second country, you're going to have to pick which one's important and follow the ones that's important. That's being Captain Obvious, I would think.
Oh my gosh.
But at some point, you don't want to mess around and have problems with the country that's important. If you're going to have problems, you have problems with the one that's not so important. That makes sense?
Aloha, aloha, aloha.
Okay. Folks, that's the topic. That's pretty much what I want to talk about today. Is if you're just joining us and you're doing research for your retirement, why focus in on a country to retire in where you cannot own land in your own name when there are other countries out there that you can retire to that you can own the land and your house and put it in your own name. Therefore, you don't have to get married. You don't have to come up with a local spouse. You don't have to come up with a local girlfriend. You don't have to do this corporation route that, 60% are locals. You own 40% of it. The house or the land is an asset of the company. Why not just move somewhere where you can buy a plot of land and live happily ever after? As long as you don't get married, it's yours. You don't got to worry about anybody coming after you. I'm just bringing up food for thought. Now, the other thing too is you buy land somewhere, you buy a house and land somewhere. Okay, living outside of your home country is always a privilege, unless you're a citizen and hold dual citizenship. When you leave your home country, wherever you're at, it's a privilege, it's not a right. So for some reason, if you can't get a visa, it doesn't matter if you own that land or not, right? If you come up with some type of visa issue or you can't get your visa straightened out, you're leaving there anyhow. That goes back to the argument of rent. And a lot of guys, when they get older, they end up going back to their home country because of their health, because of health care. If you rent, you pack 2 suitcases, you go back. If you've spent all of your retirement money on a house and lot, the money's staying here, you're going back to get treatment. Where are you going to live? A lot of people don't think like that. I'm just going to live over there with my wife. We've been married for so long. All right. Well, what happens if you got to go back and be closer to a higher level of health care? I don't have all the answers. All I do is set the forum, set the topics to invoke thought. And folks, leave your comments, leave your stories, because people learn more from you in the comments than they learn from me. Okay, hey Razor Sharp, how you doing? Okay, coming in there with another opinion on things. Let's see. We're still talking about naturalization. Hello, Elit. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Okay, Jeff said to check the PayPal. So let me see if I can get that pulled up here in a second, my friend. Baby, do you have anything else to add on the argument?
Wala lagi, that's my condition to you eh.
What condition?
30% for you.
So if all the money that I invest, I only get 30% back.
Yeah, but if I die first,
I get it all back.
no,
No?
going to the kids like yeah.
Would you be happy if I just built you a nice Bahay Kubo and just gave it to you and said, hey, if we split up, I don't want anything
Yeah,
back?
I'm good with that.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go up to Subic and see my buddy Johnny up at Johnny's Bamboo Shop and check out what kind of
But put that in the village.
Put it in the village. That's extra, baby. Shipping and handling. I don't know how much it costs to ship that thing on the ferry down there.
You know me, I want to stay in the village.
Is that your dream, just to go back to the village? Open a Sorry store?
Yeah.
That's
I
your
don't
dream?
want to go in you.
You don't want to go to the U.S.? Well, we're going to miss you.
Kids is not going.
You see how little disagreements? You got 200K tied up in her village in a house and lot, trying to live happily ever after. It's got to be throwaway money, folks. It's got to be throwaway money. It's got to be monopoly money. Whatever you invest in
Find
a
the
house and lot.
bulldog yeah.
Yeah, find a new bulldog and a longapo. Plenty of bulldogs around here, baby. Truth Serum says 150 kilometers away from your wife's family at a minimum. I agree. I call it the 2-island rule. If you're new here, don't live anywhere less than 2 islands away from your wife's family, and you'll be okay. Anywhere closer, gonna cause problems. Don't you agree, baby? We get along much better since we moved up here to the suburbs, right?
I miss the family.
Well, I don't have the same feelings. We get along much better, much more lovey-lovey, lots more tenderoni time. Lots more smiling, less stress. Two island rule. 2 island rule. Fatima, go to San Francisco. You would love it. Yeah, maybe I think you would like California. There's a lot of Filipinos in California. The weather's wonderful. You might do okay. You move to San Diego.
I like to go,
Go back to wine country.
I like to go
Temecula.
in
Okay, go check on the children. Go check on the children, and I'll go ahead and start closing out this stream, folks. I got so many more thoughts on it, but it's really up to you, especially if you're doing research. If you're doing research, you watch as many videos as you can about the place that you're going to or that you're thinking about going to. But don't just pigeonhole on one place. You got to do the same thing with multiple places and keep an open mind about where you want to go spend your retirement years. And especially if you're going to try to build something or bring in a big amount of money. There's other places in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. That's all I'm saying. All right. Maximus says the rule should be regional. If the family is in Luzon, then move to the Visayas or Mindanao. If in Mindanao, okay, you move to Luzon. That's sound advice. Her family's in Cebu, I'm on Luzon. If her family was up here in Luzon, you go down to Cebu. If we couldn't just move. We'll get off topic, but
You finished that?
baby, I'm still trying to make an award-winning travel show. Okay.
I still want to read. They're funny. They're fine.
Okay, well, come on over. If we had moved to Cebu City, that's not far enough away. And baby, I'm not harshing on your family here, but it's about living around in-laws anywhere. And here, in-laws are to the extreme. So let's just say we moved to Cebu City, it wouldn't change things. Why? Because how many brothers you got living in Cebu City driving taxis? So you got family in Cebu City driving taxis, right? So say we had moved to Cebu City, I would have 3 or 4 taxis parked out of my yard every day. People over there hanging out, eating, sleeping, eating free rice. It would have just been a different family show. You would have got to know the brothers that were all down in Cebu City driving taxis. You would get to know them very well because they'd be over at my house every night. Wait, great place to park our taxi, get some rest, get some food. It wouldn't have solved the problem of old single dad needing some peace and quiet and tranquility and getting away from the daily family reunions. And so that's what we're talking about. If you've never been here, you got to live 2 islands away. If it's a quick bus ride, that's not far enough. If it's one ferry ride, that's not far enough. That's within striking distance. You got to get a bus, ferry, or at least a plane ride. If it's a plane ride, they can't get to you. Nobody can afford the flight. So anyhow, it's like that George Strait song. All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Pretty much the same. All right. Yeah, everybody be hanging around. The dongs, the dodong. Tell them what dodong means, baby. When she calls me dong, it means boy. It means like dude. So yeah, call me dong.
The dog.
Some countries will let you marry their daughter for a cow. You gotta pay a dowry. I've already paid that because I bought a bunch of goats that disappeared.
Kumulong sa doon.
That's what I'm gonna look at it like that, baby. I paid. How many goats did I buy? I paid 8 goats.
Hello,
you,
you're
babe.
just making story. Tala ko.
Okay, then tell the people right now what happened to my
No,
goats.
nothing.
Look in the camera. Look in the
Only
camera.
one goat, oy. Only one goat then.
Now the story change. You bullet.
Yeah.
You bullet. Tell them the story about how the wild dog came through the village.
Oh, you already did that.
No, you just said there was one goat.
Oh, yeah, one goat.
A wild dog came through the village and mauled all of my goats only. Not the other goats, only my goats. And so they were forced to eat
Hala,
the
not
goats.
only your goat at analisa goat too.
Okay, therefore, I don't have a herd of goats anymore that have been expanding. All my goats
Mark was making
were ate by that rabid dog.
only
that
one
wild dog.
goat. Rasig na sa kay gihatag das
Okay, so is 260 folks here. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. So that's the topic. We're off topic now. Baby, are you gonna cook anything?
No.
No?
Nope.
She made waffles for breakfast with some bananas in there. Man, the whole dirty kitchen out here smells so wonderful. Cooking those banana waffles in the waffle maker. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. And her pork chops yesterday in the air fryer. That little sauce that she put on there with a little brown sugar, the way it caramelized, it was delicious. I think we need to do a video on your exact recipe about how to make that spread for the pork chops. They were pork steaks. They were absolutely delicious.
But we don't have pork now.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I can't pull it up, man. The way I got this thing, I can't pull it up. So I would just say thank you very much, Jeff. Jeff said he sent you
For my Apple Market tomorrow.
on your shopping. Let me put it back up there. There you go, right there. So thank you very much, Jeff. I can't get in because this thing's locked. It's like locked in place in the front. I got to change some settings. So thank you very much.
For
So-
my Apple Market tomorrow.
But baby,
For my Apple Market
a
tomorrow.
relationship is 50, right? So you take that money tomorrow and 50% of that money you spend on me. How about that?
I love you. You're so foggy ka no.
I don't think you love me. I think you love Jeff. Thank you very much, Jeff.
You're
When
so
they-
foggy ka no. I love you.
What is wrong with this one? When they go to the Apple Market, you've seen so many videos. They don't buy this guy nothing.
Because he don't
Nothing.
like cheap stuff. So I just buy it.
It's the thought that counts.
I just buy him a Coke or something that he drink like that. But I don't
when
buy
you
him
when
a
you and the ladies went, y'all brought me back zero. Nothing.
I buy you ano Coke. I buy you chicharon.
Chicharrones.
Oo. Remember you digging the chicharon? That's why that's
You
what.
you didn't buy the chicharrones for me. I got to eat a couple chicharrones, and you just said they were for me.
Yo, because we eat that because you offer us.
Olive oil, yeah, we love olive oil. I don't get it at the local market. If it were like locally produced, I wouldn't trust it. It's like the honey.
Tomorrow, apple.
Don't buy the local honey here. It ain't real honey.
Apple tomorrow, Fatima.
Yeah,
Apple
we
market
use a lot of-
tomorrow. I've been
We use a
waiting
lot
that.
of olive oil. Hey Gina, how are you? Yeah, that's all her and Maria want to do. Go to Apple Market, spend all their money on polyester every Friday. But you know what I think you should do, baby? Don't go to Apple Market. Just go to the SM and
So
buy
mahal.
one quality fashionable shirt
Mahal eh.
instead of plastic sacks full of polyester.
Mahal lagi.
Okay. All right, folks. I think we're going to go ahead and shut it down. We got to get in there, check on the kids.
They're eating.
They're playing in the playroom, having a snack before she's been swimming. You know, just morning routine. And then and we'll take it from there. But I'll just say thanks for watching the show. Thanks for participating in today's discussion. Leave your story, your opinions, your comments in the comment section once the video posts, so others can learn from your experiences, your successes, your success stories, living happily ever after, or your mistakes. You know,
Thank you, Irma.
if we older guys don't air out our dirty laundry, how are the younger guys ever gonna learn? So that's what we try to do.
Have a good day too.
All right,
Maximus.
everybody have a good day. I'm gonna shut her down unless Fatima's got something else to say.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for watching and like and subscribe.
Yeah, Jake says enjoy your small Coke tomorrow from the market.
Yes.
I'll be lucky to get that.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Morning in there or night?
It's nighttime there,
I'll
baby.
say have a good night.
Almost midnight in some places. It's nighttime there.
Have a good day too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
folks. We're out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Everybody have a good one.
Mama mo sako. Mama chup chup.
I have no idea what she's talking about. All right, peace out, my friends. We're out.